Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Marisa Blanco. If you guys see the same shirt, that is because I am recording on the same day as my Monday daily vlog. Today's video is going to be about my experience on to the downtown aquarium on Thursday, December the 8th with my 5th graders. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started. All right, so let me first start off by saying we had a wonderful time. It was a fantastic event. I'm so glad we did it. I'm so glad that the school provided us, with the ability to do field trips. So that is one thing that I'm grateful for my school. They allow us to go on these field trips without pretty much any explanation. This field trip was close to $1,000 originally, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce everything from the beginning to the end. All right guys, so starting back in October when my principal first said let's plan some field trips, I really wanted to take my 5th graders to the downtown aquarium. It's by Bagby and by I-45 basically. So if you've been to Houston, you guys would know where that is. If you have not, it's a wonderful place. A little small, definitely more for children than adults. But it was back in October and I made one originally for February. And I realized that there was another field trip booked for February. I was like, you know what, let me change it. So I emailed them back and the experience was wonderful. I have no idea who is in charge of the field trip program, field trip whole experience planning, but they did an amazing job of communicating with me pretty much back to back. The emails were just so responsive. It was beautiful. So whoever is in charge of the field trip, kudos to you. You did a wonderful job. And basically I asked for December the 8th. And another option would be December the 9th if they could not do December the 8th. And luckily they did. And I got the all-day adventure pass, which was about $12 per student. And then I also did a classroom program. The classroom program is optional. I chose the one that was called Riveting Reptiles, which they would get to see live reptiles up close. Not touch, which I was a little disappointed, but I understand. And it was just absolutely amazing. That was $7 per student. And so I gave the invoice to my principal and to the nurse because she's kind of like a coordinator at that as well. And they gave it to district and they were able to pay it. The total price originally was going to be 50 students and 10 adults, which would have ran up to $974, close to $1,000. Now, this was leading up to it. Unfortunately, a lot of my students did have to stay behind. So originally only 38 out of the 47 students were able to attend. A couple of them because of behavior, a couple of them because of attendance. They were not meeting attendance expectations. Some of them were because they did not turn in their Thanksgiving packet, which was required the Monday after Thanksgiving. And a couple of them are because they were not attending Saturday tutorials. So unfortunately I did have, 9 students out on the aquarium field trip, which did break my heart. Leading up to the field trip was great. Everybody was so excited. The school handled the bus, so we only got one bus for all 38 students. The lunches were being prepped. There was a hiccup the day of the field trip where they put the lunches in a big blue heavy bag, but they did not put any kind of juice. That was an experience. So my students had no milk, my students had no juice, nothing. Some of them were able to buy their own drink from a soda machine or from the food court, but other than that, pretty much some of them just ate their sandwich just like that. So that was a little hiccup on my school's end. I wasn't really in charge of that, but what I was in charge of pretty much, and also I was in collaboration with the aquarium. They sent me their own schedule because the program was going to be separated into two groups. One started at 10:30 and one started at 11. And then I kind of worked my own schedule around it because the all-day adventure pass had the stingray exhibit, the shark ride, the train ride, the games, unlimited games, and pretty much like, you know, the exhibit. It was just, it was gonna be, I needed to make my own schedule. So let me go ahead and skip to the day up before this video was super long. We got to school, everything went fine. We left about 9:20 because I told them we have to be at the aquarium by 10, so we left school at 9:20. It's about a 22 minute ride, so we got there around 9:50. We took a picture in front of the beautiful fountain, and I can't really show you guys because it has my kid's face in it, but it's beautiful. It's amazing. I love it so much. I had 4 chaperones go with me, 2 from my homeroom and then 2 from the other class, so that was perfect. Everybody got their own wristbands, so they were able to enjoy their you know, like rides and games and, you know, like stingrays. They were able to enter the classroom program, so no trouble at all. The nurse came with us as a, you know, safety precaution. Normally the nurse goes on all of the field trips. And then I was able to check in. I kind of was, you know, like, where do I check in? Do I check in there? They were kind of like a little bit under construction, just a little bit, but everything else looked fine. And then this amazing man, I think he looked like the janitor because he was sweeping the floor. He helped me out, like, hi, are you guys on the field trip? I'm like, yes, we are. Oh, you guys go check in over there. Okay, thank you so much, because it was literally right there, like a couple feet away from me, and I had not noticed it. Like, and it said group check-in. Like, I have no idea how I missed that big old box, but I went there, I checked us in, everything went perfect because they already had the card on file. So all they had to do was they asked me the total amount of students, which I told them 38, the amount of adults, so it was 7, so 4 chaperones, 2 teachers, basically me and my co-teacher, and then 1 nurse, like, so I guess she's like another chaperone in a way. So 7 adults, and that ended up to be 55 in total. So then she took the card and she, you know, did it, and then she said, okay, we have you ready, here are your wristbands, make sure you put them on everybody, and then they can just do everything that you know, did. It was beautiful. So I gave the chaperones and nurse and the other co-teacher the wristbands to put on their students. Some of them were a little too tight and some of them were a little too loose. And I was like, oh shoot. I tried to do it like perfect fit because I know how wristbands are with children. My chaperones kind of got a little bit confused though. Either way, it was fine. Nobody lost their wristband. And it was beautiful because it was only like 3 groups, maybe even 2 groups, school groups that were there. So it was really nice and quiet. It was like 81 degrees. It was perfect weather. It had not rained until after we left. It was amazing weather, amazing like environment. Everything was nice and calm. It was amazing. So 10 o'clock, we finally entered the aquarium, and the aquarium is very, very small, guys. Like I said, it's not for adults, it's really for children. And I made sure they take their time. You know, like when kids are so excited, they want to go see everything super fast. And guys, stop and breathe, look, observe. And I even blocked the sections because they're kind of blocked into sections. I blocked the section door and said, nope, you can't go past. And I made one of my chaperones kind of feel like a barrier, because they just, what's up there, what's up there, what's up there? I'm like, guys, observe, you know, like look around. And so finally around like 10:20, this aquarium lady came to me. Hi, I'm with the classroom program. I'm here to take you guys to the program. I was like, oh, perfect. Where are you guys? Like, are we early? Like, yeah, because we already know you guys were coming, so we'll take you. I'm like, okay, perfect. So my homeroom, because that's group 1, went with her. We did the classroom program for about 30 minutes. It was amazing. We learned about reptiles. They were able to touch like the base of a skull. of a snapping turtle, they were able to see close up like the shed of a snake. It was amazing. And then they were able to see a real life gecko and a beautiful white snake, and what was the other animal? I can't remember, but a lizard, I can't remember, a chameleon, but it was amazing. I loved it. The kids were participating. We took plenty of pictures. And then we went on to the rest of the exhibit while the other class went to the exhibit and then waited for the classroom program. And then we continue. We finally finished, obviously, with the tiger, with the white tigers, and we took some pictures, and then we went to the gift shop. A lot of kids had money, and I let them, because they're 5th graders, so they know what they want, and they usually bring money. Some people do, some people don't. I bought a beautiful white tiger, so I'll show you guys a picture of it. A stuffed animal. I call her Snowbell. And then after after we finished with the aquarium, it was around 11 o'clock. And then after 11 o'clock, we went on the train ride. And then pretty much we had a little bit of time because at 12, we were going to eat lunch. So at 11 o'clock, no, after the train ride, I told them, all right, guys, go ahead and get on the ride. We went on the big old, what's it called, Ferris wheel, I guess. Some went on the carousel. But the main attraction was this awesome, like, up and down ride. It was super crazy. And then we met up with the other class as well around like 10:45, and then they played for 15 minutes on the rides, unlimited rides. That was super fun for them. And then 12 o'clock, I gathered everyone around. I went back to the bus and got our lunch bag. And that's when I realized, oh shoot, we have no milk, we have no juice, we have nothing. And I had everyone sit down. Unfortunately, the only thing was there was not enough tables. There was, but the other tables were being occupied by the other school. So we kind of had to sit like on this ledge that was near the front entrance. Oh, I got hiccups. But everything was fine. No complaints from there. We all ate. Some people got food from the food court. I'm like, there's a food court? I didn't even realize there was a food court. So that was shocking to me. Some kids got food from the food court. Some kids ate quick, like in 5 minutes. Like I hadn't even sat down to eat, and then 5 minutes, a kid was like, okay, I'm done. What can I do? What do you mean, what can you do? Like, you can sit and wait and be patient until we're done? You know, like, it was 5 minutes. I'm like, did you shove it down your throat? Like, what the heck happened? Either way, I kept getting interrupted pretty much my entire lunch period, saying, can we go on the rides? Can we go on the rides? Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I go get a drink? Can I go to the food court? Can I go get a... Oh my God. So that was the only annoying thing about the entire day, was like, y'all, I'm trying to eat my sandwich. So I did pack my own sandwich. So I have like my plastic baggie. I put a sandwich in here, and then as you can kind of see, I have like this cute little snack container, and you can see the remnants of some Teddy Grahams in there. And then I just packed a water bottle, and I did bring this red bag with me. This is on the other side is my school's name, so I can't really show you guys that much, but it has like these bands. These hurt. I would not recommend something like this, because I did not want to carry a purse, because I wanted like a backpack, but I didn't want my normal backpack, because that would have been too heavy. So I just wanted like a slim backpack. And then in here I also did bring some napkins, just in case like kids needed napkins or a spill happened, or you know, we needed an emergency cleanup. So after lunch, we did run into a problem, and it was kind of partly my fault because I'm the team leader. I thought I had told my co-teacher, hey, listen, they're going to be super excited to go on the rides after lunch. Don't let them go on the rides, because from my past experiences, from all the field trips that I've gone, nor if they go on the rides after lunch, like directly after lunch, some of them may get sick, some of them may throw up, some of them, you know, like they may vomit. Let's just wait a little bit. We're gonna go to the Stingrays, and then we'll ride the rides for the rest of the time. Well, I don't know if my co-teacher just did not listen. I don't know what happened, miscommunication, I'm not sure. But I went to the restroom, and when I came back, all of a sudden my kids were gone. I'm like, where are the students? Like, I see half of the students and then half are not, like, gone. I asked I asked the chaperones who were still watching the kids. Oh, they went to the ride. What? So I went over there. They were literally waiting in line to go on the rides again, and I said, y'all, we gotta go. Like, and they were like, oh, like they started complaining. Oh my goodness, I can already tell. Okay, so I huddled them all over. I had all 38 kids around me, and I said, guys, you guys know you aren't supposed to go on the rides after you eat. Because why? Because we can get sick. So they understood the reason why I pulled them, so it didn't, like, you know, seem like, oh my god, Miss Blanco's just me. And then I said, okay guys, we're gonna go to the stingrays. We're gonna, like, you know, experience and touch in, and then we're gonna go for the rides for the rest of the time. So I'm like, oh, okay, Miss Blanco. So we went to the stingrays. That was amazing. One person bought food and they got really scared. That was funny. Everybody was able to touch the stingrays with 2 fingers, and some of them are freaked out because they're slimy and gross and disgusting. Some of them loved it. Some of them just observed and didn't even touch the stingrays at all, but that was their choice. Nobody fell, nobody got hurt. Everybody was very, you know, like, calm and very respectful of the lady who was there, you know, trying to be like, no, guys, remember to make sure not to, you know, grab the stingrays, make sure to touch it with 2 fingers. And then after the stingrays, then the rest of the time they were able to play on the rides as well. I would say 30-35 minutes that they were able to do the rides, and then that's it. And then at 1:25 I gathered everybody around. All right guys, go back on the bus. The bus was there, perfect timing, because I told her 1:30, and then we got on the bus. I counted to make sure all 38 of my students were there, and then I said goodbye to the chaperones, because they drove there. I said goodbye to the nurse. I'll see you back at school. And then we were on our way, because we had to be back at the school at 2 o'clock, because the bus driver picks up other students. So we had to be back by 2 o'clock. No, for sure, no matter what. And we arrived right back at 2 because there was a little bit of traffic on the way. But you guys, this field trip was special because this was my first alone field trip. I had gone to many field trips before, either as I guess like a chaperone, like, you know, like a teacher intern, kind of like, okay, like you're going to be with kindergarten, you know, you're going to make sure that, you know, they're, you know, safe and staying with the teacher. Like, I had that job before COVID. And then after COVID, we didn't go on any field trips my first year, unfortunately. My second year, we did go on many field trips, but it was always with someone. It was always with 4th grade or 6th grade or 3rd grade, or it was never just by myself. We did go to main event May, like, you know, end of May with the 5th graders, but the principal was there. It was in an enclosed space. And we weren't even totally by ourselves because our sister school was also there. So it wasn't just completely by ourselves. It was with somebody. But this one to the downtown aquarium was completely 100% just this school's 5th grade class. There was no other grade level there. There was no sister school grade level there. It was just me, myself, and my co-teacher, and then our kids. So I, as the team lead, just felt completely like, oh my god, like, this is by myself, my first experience. My first worry obviously is someone's gonna get hurt, someone's gonna get lost, like, what if the bus, and what if they don't pay, you know, like, all these things go through your head. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some of the things that I did to make my experience a little bit more relaxed and, you know, as easy as possible, because as the team leader or as a person in charge, you freak out when you are by yourself. When you have someone there with you, you're not obviously as freaked out, but when you're by yourself, I freak out. So again, a little bag like this will help you a lot. I don't recommend strings like these though, because these dug in my like shoulders, so I would not recommend. So again, like I said, I bought a Ziploc baggie with food, and then it came with napkins, and then this is pretty much what else I had in here. So let me take this out. So I had another little Ziploc baggie, and these are filled with, what are these? These are antiseptic toilets. And then I also did have some cough drops in here because the classroom program, you know, I didn't know how it was gonna be like. And then I do have some band-aids in there as well. Oh yeah, they're right there. You couldn't see them, but they're right there. Some band-aids as well. Oh, and here's the receipt for the downtown aquarium. See, so you can tell, guys, that I actually did go. Look, there's the receipt. Downtown aquarium, right there. And then this one is the, okay, so here we go. So here's the total price. So she gave me the receipt. So for 1 day adventure pass for 38 students, it was $418. For the school program for 38 students, it was going to be $7 for each. That ends up with $266. I have a free chaperone for every 5 students, and then in total it was going to be $684. That is what the school paid. And then this one is for the little oh no, that's a 684 too. That's just like a receipt. I did bring some extra masks with me just because I did not know if the classroom program were going to require masks. And then I have this big thick baggie, and in here I can't show you completely, but here I have all of the permission slips because I have to bring that on the bus. And then in here, this is the aquarium field trip permission slips. Again, I can't really show you, but they have like check marks, and so I gave them 2 check marks. Let me see if I can kind of show you a little bit. So they have 2 check marks. One of them is for like if they gave me their permission slip, and the other one is for if they gave me $5. We do have to pay the bus, and if each kid gives $5, that would be enough to pay for the bus driver. And then this one, oh perfect, I do have a copy of it. This one, I created a schedule, like an agenda myself, and I really do recommend this, you guys. Sorry, it's a little creased up because I folded it in 2. I made about 7 copies, 1 for each chaperone. And here's what it looks like. I'll zoom out so you guys can see the overall picture. So basically, I kind of really gave it into detail, like 9 o'clock, chaperones arrive, 9:20 to 9:30, we get on the bus, we leave for the aquarium. And just really in detail, I did Blanco and Felix, which is my co-teacher. And then that is pretty much what it looks like. And this helped me keep track so much. Like, if I had not done this, I would have been completely stuck and like, wait, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. Everything went according to plan. We even had a lot more extra time to do the rides, which, you know, I kind of wish, you know, the kids will say, what was your favorite part? I wish they would say, we went to the exhibit and we did the classroom program and we saw the shark. But obviously I know that they're gonna say, what was your favorite part? The rides, because they're kids. The most famous thing is gonna be the kids. So pretty much that's it. I could talk a lot more about my experience, but like I said, what matters most is that you kind of, oh, what also helped a lot though is I went to the Downtown Aquarium website, and they have a little exhibit map. So if you guys ever go somewhere, I would look at a map if they have, like, you know, like a little guide tour, kind of, you know, like a, you know, just kind of overall layout of the place. So you can see where the bathrooms are. So you can see where, you know, where you check in, where you go here, you go here, you go here. That really did help a lot. And they also did have a frequently asked questions about field trips. So I did look at every little single thing on there, and that also did help tremendously. But overall, I think what really was the best advice that I gave myself was to have fun and relax, but also make sure you communicate, make sure you know everything, and make sure that your chaperones know them too. Now, to do with chaperones, I do have Spanish speaking parents. So what I did was I downloaded WhatsApp, and I made them into a group, and then that's how I was able to communicate with all of my parents. Now you guys may have a different messenger, maybe like a group message, but I use WhatsApp, and it helped a lot. And I was able to talk in Spanish. So make sure, if you guys have Spanish speaking students, make sure that at least one person on your team knows Spanish so they can communicate with them. I was able to keep my phone on me at all times. Like, I did not let that go, because nurse was calling me and the chaperones were calling me. So make sure that they know your number, make sure that the nurse knows your number. And overall, everything just went by so great. We got on the bus at the same time. We got off the bus at the right time. Some kids were sleeping on the way back. It was amazing, but beautiful. And like I said, guys, just be prepared beforehand, and the experience will not be a breeze, but it'll be a lot easier than if you just went on a field trip with nothing planned. But as you can see, I did not have a lot in my bag. I did not have like this extravagant like paper and clipboard. I just wanted to keep it simple. Now obviously I do have 5th graders, so if you do have younger kids, it might require a little bit more plan, a little bit more carefulness. But 5th graders are a lot more independent, so I was able to adjust it based on them, their age, their ability to understand, their ability to stay with the group. And that was 5th grade, but I'm not sure about younger grades or older grades. But yeah, guys, so let me go ahead and end this video so I can upload both the weekly vlog and this video. And let me know your experiences maybe about field trips so far. My first alone one was great by myself. It was amazing. I survived. My kids survived. We all came to school the next day. Nobody got sick. Nobody got COVID. But yeah, it was good. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.